Oh, another thing, I'll put this first and then my little rant after the fact, right? Jerry didn't make it here yet, people. It's like 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Like, serious. So what? The city gonna roll up, right? Go charge my landlady $5,000-$10,000 for taking Andre's toys, the only toys that he has, right? That we know that are perfectly fine after I wash them, right? And he still plays with them, right? Everybody else hides their dirty toys in their backyards with high fences. And then if you go a little further down into the alley, you actually get to look through the fence and see all their fucking garbage that's been sitting there for 7 years. Same rotten wood, just rat nests. That's what it is, people. That's where the rats like to breed and the mice like to breed. That stuff never moves. It never moves. I have videos of that there 2 years ago, people. But you know what? There's a big fence. So if you have a big fence, doesn't matter what's in your property. Unless, of course, they're looking for something, right? Right? But because mine's right here on the open in the alley, and they're trying to oversell these prices at $1 million, $900,000, they got to make it look like this is a wonderful neighborhood. Welcome to the wonderful neighborhood. Right? Just step over the dead bodies as you're going to go buy the next house that we're going to be tearing down in 10 years from now anyway. So when you buy it, just buy it for investment property. Don't bother fixing it for the tenants that live there, because they're just going to be slated for demolition anyway. We're demolishing the house. We're demolishing the family. So don't fix the fucking house. Who cares if it leaks here and leaks there and something's broken over there? Because it's just going to be torn down in 10 years. So that's your green light to be a shitty fucking landlord. You know, you go talk to people. They'll tell you their houses aren't being fixed by the landlords because the landlords know that these houses are going to be torn down. So they're getting every little penny that they can out of these houses, even though when they sell them, they're going to get $1.2 million for them. And they're probably already paid off in full. Because many of these houses were bought back in the day for $150,000, $200,000. Right? And the more you talk about that stuff, the more they come after you. And the city of Surrey coming after me over old toys when all you have to go down another 20 feet and see a bunch of old rotten wood out there, which is a rat's nest. Go after the fucking rat's nest. Go and see what's behind the fence. And the fence behind that one. And go in the back there and take a sniff and go look for the freaking grow-up that's back there. Push past the blackberry bushes and get your old sniffer going to find out where that smell is coming from. Because I can tell you, there's a freaking grow-up back there somewhere. Because when I go pick blackberries, it's not skunkweed, people. Trust me, it's not skunkweed. Somebody's got a grow-up back there in some shed that the city is ignoring. Just like they ignored it when it was at my other residency before I moved into this house with that Mickey Mouse fourplex as they were jacking into my hydro. And then I phone up the city and say, what the fuck is going on with my hydro? They said, give me $65 and we'll come and take a look. And then they ended up getting me fucking evicted with the hydro cut off for 12 days in the middle of October with old people in the house and children in the house because they couldn't get the landlord to fix the hydro fast enough. But the grow-up never got dealt with. They just moved it. The city just allowed them to move it. Nobody took responsibility for cutting off the hydro at the pole and putting Uncle John and Auntie Joan at risk of freezing 50-degree weather all for 12 days straight. It was so cold I had to move my kids into a daycare situation and pay them to live someplace else for 2 fucking weeks. 9 days. This is the corruption that's in our society, and the young people know this. They may not know how to speak about it, they may not know how to list it, but they know it. So anyway, I am not feeling very well. I am so completely worn out right now. I got this pinched nerve in my back where I could barely move. And I keep looking out the window, having panic attacks over the city coming up into my back here to steal Andre's toys. Now, how pathetic is that? Well, they do nothing about that garbage 20 feet away from over here, because it's out of sight, out of mind. So when you Google, you don't see, all you see is a nice clean alley. Yeah, go around the corner and you'll find the dead bodies of all the homeless people dropping off like flies out here, including my daughter. As like I say, people come. In the last week, I've had 3 people come to my house. 3 different individuals come to my house asking me what they can do to help my daughter. And I'm like, I don't know. That is the city's responsibility to help my daughter. That is the Fraser Health responsibility to help my daughter. If they can take Uncle John, dope him up, make it so that he couldn't walk, and get away from their clutches, deem him as confused, illegally commit him through wrongful actions by not following their rules and regulations and mandates, as they commit fucking bank fraud, mail fraud, and a whole other list of 74 infractions under the Criminal Code of Canada to take his money. I'm sure they can find a way to help my daughter. But she doesn't make no money for them. The only way she makes money for them is if she's homeless on the street being prostituted out. Then she's profitable. Right? That's the only way they can make money from her. That's the only way. Keep that underground economy going. Right? Keep the perverts at bay so they don't crawl through the fucking windows and rape the housewives.